Hello everyone and welcome back to another brand new episode of Motogp 24 Career. Today we are off to the Cathedral of Motogp, that is of course the TT at Assen. We'll have our usual sprint and normal race there, so we are looking forward to going to Assen, always a great one. Soon hopefully we'll get an idea of the old situation with Honda, because of course in the last episode we kind of made ourselves known that we were looking at a Repsol seat for the 2025 season, so it doesn't say anything in the calendar here as we flick through all the way up to Valencia about an end date of the rider market. So I'd imagine at some point I'll get someone on the blower asking me, do I want to sign for them? So that's what I'm hoping anyway. But for now, let's head away to Assen. Just quickly guys, if you do enjoy today's video, if you wouldn't mind, let me know with either a like or a comment, and maybe even consider subscribing for future videos. Thanks, back to the video. So at the end of practice, P7, half second off. Yeah, feel good. Pace is there. Bike doesn't feel amazing, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the times I feel like I can consistently doing the same lap time and I'm beating my head against the wall and I just can't find the lap time. And then we get to the last 4 laps of Sunday's race and I'm still doing them lap times, and that's what puts me in like the top 10 or whatever. Here at Assen, I feel like when the lap clicks, there's time there, but I'm missing apexes and the high speed. I'm not getting into the corners. I don't have the flow of the track and the bike just doesn't cooperate well. So I'm going to try a bit of a gamble setup for qualifying and potentially the sprint as well. And I'll kind of take stock then Saturday evening after the sprint and then have a think about what I want to do, judging on how it works for Sunday's race. But next up, it is directly into Q2 for one of the few times this season. So I'm looking forward to seeing, can we get I suppose front 3 rows, I suppose really. If I get a top 10, top 9, I'd be really happy with that. So yeah, once again, outperforming all my Honda teammates. So first lap done, 0.7 off. The last chicane is so difficult. I keep crashing basically through where I lose the front, lose a lot of time there. I reckon I'll have to go again. I'm in P4. I'm going to just jump off track here so I don't get a... Oh, not onto the gravel though, maybe. I'm going to just stay off the track so I don't get a warning for these Marcus brothers. But I felt like an amazing lap. I'm actually surprised I'm that much off, as it just clicked. Now the last chicane was poor. It felt like I lost the front, so I scrubbed way too much time and changed direction. Already down to P8, so I'm going to do another lap and then a push lap again, because that felt good. But yeah, maybe there's more on the table, hopefully. So in the end, didn't improve. We actually had a very, very fast crash in the fast right-left after the big hairpin in the middle of the track. Big crash, really fast entry, just tipped in, and just as we got to full lean front, gone. And yeah, that was really the end of the session for me. So unfortunately, even on that lap, we weren't actually improving. The bike feels better than it did on Friday. Not too sure if just the speed doesn't feel as good in it, but it just feels better. I can put it more where I want. I can enter the corner and attack the corner better, but maybe that's making me slower, I'm not too sure. But the goal I gave myself was to qualify in the top 9 to be on the front 3 rows. We're there. Realistically, we're probably going to be out of the points by the time we get to turn 1, but we're going to have to be brave in turn 1 as always and see can we just fight our way back. So for today's sprint, I'm going to go soft. It's pretty much all I bolt into this Honda. I usually just try to go softest compound and struggle if I run out of grip. On this year's game, the tyres last quite well, so you no really need for me to run anything stiffer. Even in the main race, I'll probably run a set of brand new softs. But yeah, it's going to come down to the start really. If I can get a decent start and maybe drop not too many positions into turn 1, I might be able to get away with the group. In a group, I'll feel like I'll probably be a bit more consistent. I'm still slightly unsure of how good or consistent the race pace is, but we'll know pretty shortly.
The riders are lined up on the grid with Pecco Bagnaia in pole position and ready to start. Just a few more seconds until the lights go out and the race begins.
Okay then. As always, the worst part of the race weekend for me. Oh, we got a little tap from Marquez. That's our best start of the year. Oh, and we're down. Who was out? Just tipped straight in. I was a bit on the aggression. Oh, red flag. Oh my goodness. I've caused the red flag apparently. I'm not too sure who took the most wide sweeping line I've ever seen, but we've had a red flag. I wonder, was it other people down or just me? But yeah, I feel like whoever that was turned into me didn't really get me much space. I had stopped it pretty well for the corner, I believe. Again, literally just having played the moment as it happened, so maybe I was out of control. Let me know in the comments what you think about that one. So it was Bastianini by the look of it who, it was definitely a red Ducati who turned in. He got a warning for it. Digi's after getting a long lap, so I don't know what Digi did. I know Bezecchi had one as well from practice. Yeah, it's a strange one really. So yeah, let's see how this one goes. Probably the best start we've gotten all year, and unfortunately we're taken out. So very, very strange one. Unfortunately, Marcus doesn't make the same mistake, but again, run down to turn 1, we look much better, and again this time, very tight on the apex, but for some reason, didn't get attacked this time, so yeah, brilliant start, up into the top 5, very strange, Zarco, Binder, and Fabio Cotaro under investigation. Alex Marquez looking very racy here in the opening lap of the sprint. But GP23 has legs. These fast corners, thank you Alex, is where I'm probably going to be stronger on the entry of these corners. To have to risk a bit more than everyone else to be kind of here. Especially with the way that GP23 behind is shaping up. Because on the entry of these corners, just take a bit more flowing line. It will lead to more mistakes, and that's probably what cost me in qualifying yesterday, was that one mistake. Just tipped in, just maybe a bit too much entry speed, not too sure exactly what I did wrong. And done and went very fast crash. Thankfully I was uninjured and not any damage to the bike, but still prevented me from going any quicker in qualifying. It's going to be very difficult here not to get a long lap with the last chicane, because it's the way the cambering of the two corners is very difficult just to not basically get it wrong and get over onto the green paint. But this is an amazing start here in the sprint here at Assen. We're a bit wide into 3. The long corner goes, it loops back into 4, so we managed to survive this one. A lot of incidents going back and happening further back in the field. Just like in all the other races, slow corners is my nemesis. Once upon a time, the slow kind of V-at-all corners was the Honda trait, and that is what they were good for. And now it's just where I'm most weak, which is really, really worrying. Oh, big crash behind Alex Marquez. A fast part of the track to do it as well. Gotten our first warning as well for jumping off the outside curb, which I don't know if that is in real life a warning, but we've got one. I've lost a couple of laps in practice with that, so that's a bit annoying, that one. But we're still just hanging on to the coattails of Miguel Oliveira, who's also having a very, very good race on a satellite bike. So at the moment, if I can just keep going with these guys, I'll be happy. I do have Aleix Espargaro, who got a terrible launch off the second row, I believe, closing in behind. So we're right on the back of Trackless Man now. We might look for move into the very difficult Strubben, but unfortunately not. Doesn't look like it. We're probably going to get out dragged. See there, just as we pick up throttle. Short shifting, changing gears, changing swing arm length. Nothing helps this Honda, unfortunately. Now we're under threat from the factory RSGP behind. Kind of want to get past Miguel here if possible. Yeah, take a nice tight line here. I'm going to go for the wide one. Try and carry the speed back, but Aleix just shows a wheel and pushes us wide, and that is him up into P5. So Aleix, after a brilliant ride here in 22, after that comeback ride with the incident with Quattraro, showing it wasn't a flash in the pan. It was Miguel Oliveira very right. He did get a limit warning for that one. I'm not surprised how far wide he was. Gonna go through on Aleix, are we? That was very optimistic by myself, I must say. Just had so much entry speed, I had to put the bike somewhere because I was going to collide with the back of him. Bit of contact, no warning, thankfully. I feel like I need to get back ahead of Aleix though, because he should, in theory, get past Miguel, keep thinking it's Raul Fernandez for some reason. I'd imagine if he gets ahead of Miguel, I will not see him again. Could we go for the same move Fabio did? No, we cannot. Well, the half now, we need to try and get something with a late because he is so quick in some parts of this track. A great one through 1 and 2. Can we look into 3? Gonna show him a wheel. He's gonna tip in though. I have to try and maybe surprise him with struggling. But real tight line. Hopefully gives us space. Doesn't really, in fairness. Even with the slipstream of his manufacturer teammate, he barely keeps us in it. Gonna go for it into the left. In fairness, he defends it well. We better line through there. Oh, wide for the next right-hander. At this point now, Miguel is quite lucky to still be ahead of us. Bit of a lunge, bit of a lunge. Not an open door, unfortunately, for me to go through. It's getting very, very dark out. I'm expecting probably some rain. I'd imagine it'll come after the race, but I still feel like it's coming. Side by side into the chicane. Can we get the run out? Come on, Honda power into the slipstream. I've tried on the brakes into 1, I'd imagine. Level him. He just turns in on me. We are out onto the edge of the curb. We push him off as well, as he gives absolutely no room there, late. Especially after the way he punted past the Aprilia of Miguel. He absolutely left all the black on Miguel you couldn't see. So we'll see now if we can fend him for the rest of his lap. And that way, brilliant P4. Didn't get any warnings, thankfully, for any of the incidents there. I'll defend the inside in case he wants to go for it. I think we're okay for now. We're a bit wide through the Vince Lang, and he goes right on the outside. We're going to have the better line, surely. Been here before with Aleix. He's deep into sticking wall. We're on the wrong side now for the next right. And look at that, moving in the braking zones. He's wigging his hand at me. Trying to find an opening. He's so fast through this part of the track. His line is so compromised through there, but it's the way he gets out of here. And through this next corner here. This time, no, we've matched him. We go for the very aggressive high-speed move to the Ramshock. Out of control into the last chicane. There's contact. And we're actually going to lose positions. I don't believe it. Oh, man. I tried.
As the riders do their cool-down laps, let's take a look at the final classification of the race we've just seen.
So, somehow we came into the final chicane at P5. Aleix is P4. And Aleix still ends up P4 when you end up P7. Yeah. It was worth it in my eyes. It was just, again, Honda is so bad in battle. I'm terrible. Like, you saw every lap in the sprint just how well he got through the fast rights as you come back through the fast part of the track towards Ramshock. So to get that close to him, it's just he's every time he picks up the throttle, he just puts yards into me, and I'm just so over the limit to be there. That when it came down to it, it was unfortunate. Again, there was lots of contact, very aggressive between me and Aleix. I presume he won't mind. He got P4 in the end, so I think he'll probably see it as if all fair. But for me, he was a bit over the limit a few times on that last lap. And even on the lap before, he was just absolutely no space, running me off the road, picking me up everywhere. So if we come across him in the main race tomorrow, maybe slightly different actions. So for the main race, the recommended tyres from the engineer is soft, so we're going to have to go with that. Just need to get to start again. Slightly cleaner race for me. I felt like there was a couple of mistakes in the sprint. Again, I just feel over the limit with the Honda. We just need some developments. I need to just have more overall pace in the bike so that I don't have to be on the limit everywhere. These Denver Aprilia just look so good to ride. They just out of the corner. They look so good mid-corner. I think I was making the difference on the brakes. But it just, behind the bikes, just the way they could enter the corner was making me very jealous. So I think in the mid part of this race, I just need to kind of relax and keep focused and just try and be smooth. And then when we get to the last third of the race, where usually I come into my strongest part of the race weekend, then we can maybe start to fight and start to go forward if need be. But nonetheless, we still have a lot of racing until we get there.
The riders are lined up on the grid with Pecco Bagnaia in pole position and ready to start. Just a few more seconds until the lights go out and the race begins.
Once again, terrible start from Malaysia. This time we have made a jump on board Aprilias. So I'm wondering, is there an issue with this track? But all three race starts we've done, they've had bad starts. Both Hondas have come together, factory Hondas come together. Not what you want to see early in the race. We are feeling racy, I feel quicker than Brad. Up the inside we go. I'd imagine he'll do an Alash, don't try and hang around the outside. But that is us up into P4 here in the main race. This is real nosebleed territory for this Honda. Fastest man on the track. That's faster by a long way than we went in qualifying. And we are catching Jorge Martin. Things I did not think I'd be saying in today's episode. We pulled a nice big gap over Brad. Just trying to go with Martin now, Vinales and Pecco. Try and use them as a marker. Very wide there for Jorge Martin. Once again, another Sunday race, and we are completely overperforming on this Honda. GP24 of Jorge Martin looks nervous on to change the direction. And he's wide there and he's down. That's a huge crash for Jorge Martin, our championship leader. Only half a lap ago, I did say, on the change of direction. The front end looked a bit nervous. That is an outrageously big crash. We've gotten our first warning. And deserved. That's just broken the toe of Tos and Vinales. That has put us up into a podium position. This is outrageous, this race. This weekend has just been a dream, a fever dream ever since FP1. And being on the pace, it was amazing. You can see our objective is to beat a Lace, just kind of an extra one to kind of prove our market value really of what we're doing in this championship. But we're absolutely trotting at the moment. We're trashing him completely and gaining on his teammate, and we still somehow rolled the fastest lap of the race. Brad Binder, every time we go through the fast part of the track towards the end, ram truck and stuff like that, he keeps getting warnings. I wonder how long before he'll get a long lap. It just says he has a warning exam. I don't know how many warnings, so we'll see how we go with that one, but we'll see how this race plays out. We're 5 laps in, and we're somehow in P3 and have a huge margin over the factory KTM. Oh, and mine's down to 6 now. It's Miguel Oliveira who's having a stellar weekend also. But Pecco's now taking our fast lap back as well. And we are gaining on the other factory Aprilia. We are absolutely all over the back of Vinales here. We're not being caught from behind from Miguel. We have 4.5 seconds back to him. I still feel that we just need to maybe just force the envelope just to get past Vinales. But we are in fairyland here. We need to make sure we don't throw this one away. no, Maverick Vinales has done the same. They're going to be joined as teammates more than likely next year, the Aprilia, Jorge Martin and Maverick Vinales. And they've absolutely done the carbon copy. Huge crash once again. I suppose with all this aero, if you do get a bit of air under the fairing, it probably is quite easy to run wide at the very fast left-hander before we come back to the final chicane. That puts us somehow in P2 behind the reigning world champion Pecco Bagnaia on a year-old Honda. Baffling, this track. It's always been known as the Riders track, and somehow we are commanding this race in P2. I don't think we'll have anything for Pecco, to be brutally honest. And Bastianini now up into P3 behind me, so he'll be the man I need to keep an eye on for the race pace, but for now, everything is going rosy. So at the moment, the gap between me and Pecco is staying pretty constant at 3.5 seconds. The sectors where his bike is better than mine, the sectors where he's better than me, and the sectors where I'm better than him, but the gap really to Bastianini's where I'm more focused, and it's a kind of similar thing really. He's very fast in some sectors, I'm very fast in other sectors, so if we can just keep this going, we should secure P2 here at the Asin TT. So we're here on the last lap. We've been setting personal best lap times. We're actually catching Pecco. Just take a minute to think that this, some might say, a superbike spec Honda is catching the fastest bike in the paddock hand over fist. Once again, as the fuel load comes down on this Honda, we are very good on used tyres. If we had another 2 laps, I might be able to catch him. I've also been gapping N.A. Bastianini. I'm setting personal best lap time nearly every time around. We're on here to go and beat the pole position record on the last lap, which is a little bit ridiculous, but it's down nearly to 2 and a bit seconds out to Pecco. Yeah, so this race weekend has been absolutely bliss for me. The big crash in qualifying kind of just focused me and just to kind of think, right, we need to just rein it back a bit. The bike was working well. I knew from the first lap really that the bike had made a big step in the day between practice and qualifying, and are we going to get the fastest lap? I don't know if we did, but we got a podium, which really, that's all that matters.
While we wait for the cameras to take us to the Parc Fermé to meet the stars of the race, let's take a quick look at the final Motogp standings.
So Pecco takes the win, 2.9 seconds in the end behind Pecco. Outrageous. We did beat Pecco's fast lap just by a tad. Now, of course, as soon as you finish, everyone else's times get simulated. So Pedro Acosta does a 31-1 somehow on the last lap. So, yeah, obviously it didn't happen. So we did actually get the fastest lap in my eyes. We beat Aleix. He was down P8. We were up in P2. And Egg rounds off the podium. Just an amazing race weekend. And we've kind of... Actually, we're Maverick crashing out. We've actually started to close the gap to him. We're only 12 points off of P4 in the championship. We've put hefty ground into Mark. Mark is in P6. Yeah, top 5 on this Honda. Where's the next Honda in the championship? It's going to be pretty far down. It is P20 with 4 points. So the combined 4 Hondas of Zarco, Nakagami, Mir and Marini have scored a total of 5 points, whereas I've scored 140 points. So fair play to me, basically. If that doesn't confirm that I will be on a Repsol next year, I don't know what will, but overall, what a stunning race weekend this has been.
A great second place today. It was a truly outstanding performance.
So in terms of total reputation, we've gained a lot there. 20,000 extra for beating Aleix Espargaro, which is just something ridiculous really at Asin beating a factory Aprilia. So overall we jumped so far up. We're going from a top rider to the championship level pretty soon. I'd imagine if we get to champion, that's again, we're on pretty much right now and pretty much nailed on to get the Repsol seat. But if we can keep going at this, there's no question that have to give it to us. So Aleix here has made an old comment, and do you know what? I'm going to go negative against him because he was so aggressive to me in the race. There was Unquestionable moves. I absolutely smoked them on the Sunday. After this weekend, I don't think the fans will support you quite as much, which I think is a fair assessment of his riding. So we're going to have that. He's probably going to be a little bit pissed at me. But hey ho. Binder. Again, we're not going to... I'm going to just leave it again. I'm sorry, I do not want to comment on these rumors. Zarko Hearn rode a well raced. The second place is a good boost for the team. It means we can go into cycling with cool heads. Yeah, we're going to cycling. Hopefully, it's going to be another good weekend. Again, we're going to keep on good terms with our teammate. Symphony inside the actual team will build towards a better team. So, yeah. Really hoping now we can get some bits off of Honda soon, because we just need something, maybe an upgrade to the ride-out device, something, maybe a new swing arm, just something for corner exit. If I could negate the difference on corner exit, it probably won't transform my lap time. It'll just make me so much easier. I'll be able to just level people on the brakes. I won't have to lunge that last 3 or 4 bike lengths to make the distance up to get alongside someone. It'll just take the edge off the race, and it'll actually just make, I'll be able to ride smoother and calmer, and it'll just be overall an easier experience for me. But next up, of course, is Sachsenring, a track that has been very good to Honda over the years. And yeah, that'll be a track where qualifying will be key, because it's not an easy track to overtake. But anyway, we're going to end it there for today. I hope you really enjoyed today. I had a lot of fun with this episode. When the bike is working well, it just clicks. And again, fair play to the team. We had a little sit down after practice between that and qualifying, worked a few bits out, and the bike was a lot better come Saturday. So again, gonna leave it there. Hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below, subscribe to see more, and catch you all in a future Motogp 24 video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Slán go fóill.